Hi, everyone. Welcome. It is Tuesday, January 19th, and it is our post-New Year's kickoff Zoom call after a bit of a holiday break. I'm really excited to hear from everyone who was there, but we're starting with gratitudes. And Chelsea, replay. That was awesome.
So first of all, my voice is really raspy, and it's not because I'm sick. It's from screaming all weekend. So, so my number one gratitude is our company. It's a big family, but everything they did for us this weekend, everything they always do for us. But you guys, as much money as they throw at us and free stuff and the science, and even if you're just a product user, the science to validate that what we're putting in our bodies is the Rolls Royce of products. You don't get that with anyone else. They care about us. They didn't hit the billion and beyond this year, and they talked about it, and and Jim actually said he was grateful for it. How many companies say they're grateful for not hitting a goal and are actually able to talk about it and then throw money at us to help us get to their goal this year when there's a recession? I mean, and then I'm also grateful for the people that I roomed with. Jamie, Gina, and Jody are on this call, and we're soul sisters now. It was just, it was magical. I don't know. I think we were all running off 4 hours of sleep, and as exhausted as we were still energized and just, I mean, I cried when we had to say goodbye. We were just really attached. And even James, he was able to help us bless people this weekend without even knowing it. Steph was, by knowing what restaurant for us to go to. And I mean, we're forever, Dallas is incredible. Go to Dallas. There's just something special about it too. But then when you fill the people full with isogenics, and it's just, we're all just so happy and positive, it was just magic. And then also, sorry, I'm really sorry, but we also brought these giant cards for people to sign for Joe, to fill his room full of positive wishes and energy. And in doing that, I met Eric Coover. I met all of the leaders I've ever wanted to meet. I bawled on Lori Harder's shoulders, just telling her how much she changed my life. I have a picture of us meeting, and the look on my face is just like, oh my God, I'm standing next to Lori Harder. And those cards are actually back at the corporate office right now, so Jim and Kathy can sign them. Everyone at corporate, everyone in the warehouse is going to sign and fill up those cards, and then Steph and Matt and Al are going to be able to actually present to Joe. I think all of us can agree we just want him walking across stage at Celebration, just inspiring all of us. So.
Oh, and Chelsea, thank you so much for thinking of that. That was, I mean, I had
It was actually Chris. I got to give him credit. Chris has been really affected by this and really touched. I've never seen my husband so emotional, and it was his idea to do it. I just have that crazy personality that was able just to like run up front and just go into the millionaire section and get people to sign. So.
Well, and look at this, look at, by doing something for someone else, how much your life was blessed by that. So that's a perfect example of what you get by giving, right?
Yeah. And my cup is so full. It's like Niagara Falls. Like I'm still getting emotional thinking about it. It was incredible.
That's so great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Who wants to follow that?
I don't know. You know what, Chelsea? I think you said it all. I usually am not speechless, and I'm just speechless. But it was an incredible few days, and I feel the same with, just like Chelsea. It was, I'm very grateful for our company. However, I'm very grateful for the blessings that I had for our team and for those that were there to really bless. And it was a very spiritual meeting. It sounds bizarre. I know we're a nutrition company. We're, one of the finest in the world. And let me tell you, it showed, because the whole room vibrated at such a positive vibration. You could feel it. It was really amazing. So grateful for the whole experience. It was amazing. Yeah, it was great. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cafe Momentum was a whole experience unto itself, which I'm actually contacting a couple places here in our hometown. Meg, which you'll know about, Hiatus House, which is a shelter for battered women and children, that I'm going to be having to do the gratitude plates with. And an art therapist here in town called New Beginnings that actually my son went to for a little while. This art therapist was wonderful, and to help do them with the young offenders in there, because it really touched my heart that these kids really need a new beginning. And if I saw that and if I was touched, then I'm the next piece in that puzzle. Right? I'm the next evolution. So yeah, I was very grateful. Okay, I'm gonna start crying now, so stop.
So glad you guys went to that place. I just,
Yeah, it was wonderful.
honestly, when I found out I wasn't going to be at New Year's kickoff, I was so disappointed, obviously, but that was my biggest disappointment, was that I wasn't going to get to go to that restaurant after I read about it and all the amazing work they're doing. So thank you. All right, next,
plates?
gratitude. Sorry?
Can Gina explain those plates so everybody knows what she was talking about? Because it's
So the plates were made by the young gentlemen that came through. As soon as they would arrive, if I remember correctly, they would be taken at some point in time to be given a blank white plate, and the white plate, they would have to write on it what they're grateful for in their life. And then they would obviously clear the plate and put it up on the gratitude wall. And there were all these plates, and the plates were so touching on what they were grateful for and how they were grateful for in their life. And when you ordered a certain, I think, was it octopus, I think? When you ordered octopus, the server would go and grab his plate of gratitude and serve it to you on his plate.
I love that.
It was just, I don't know, it touched my heart so much. And I just, I know in my heart at some level that I have to continue that project. And I don't know why I'm stuck on it, but it, for me, obviously is important. So I'm going to listen to my heart.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Who's next? Well,
I'll go.
Okay.
Tough to follow. Mine's pretty simple. I just want to share that I've finally gotten back on the ice and playing some hockey after like 14 years of being off the ice. So it felt good to be back out there and having some fun and meeting some new people. And I'm sure I'm going to start bringing some amped with me or some replenish and getting everyone hooked on the ice. So happy about that.
And congratulations on your new enrollment.
Yes, and very grateful for a new enrollment. I was dripping on Greg for quite a while, and he kept saying, I'm interested, and not ready to commit. And then he finally just decided to jump on board. So very happy.
Awesome. Thank you. Hey, the faster we get through these and everyone gets to go, the faster we get to the goods on New Year's kickoff. I'll go next, actually. Extremely grateful, of course, to be back home, be sleeping in my own bed, and be with my wonderful husband. Today, I'm specifically grateful for a phenomenal meeting I had. James, I'll tell you about it offline. Someone from USANA, and it was somebody I've mentioned to you before, and there's a strong possibility she's looking for a new home. So I'm really hoping that comes to fruition, because she is a phenomenal person. And Gina, I was thinking about like how much you're going to love her and how much all of you will love her. She's done tons of personal development work, Tony Robbins stuff. She's a trainer and coach that just would bring so much to our team. And I think she would be a great addition. So everyone kind of send the good juju out there that this comes to fruition. And it was a total fluky Facebook thing. I saw that she was here actually for a USANA Women's Retreat. And we were able to get together briefly today before she flew out. So I'm so grateful. And regardless of what happens, it was just wonderful to connect with another great powerhouse woman in this industry. So we had a nice little lunch today. It was great. So that's my gratitude.
I'll go next.
All right.
I'm grateful for our new athlete line of products. I actually literally when I was training for the Ironman, and I had a really bad training weekend, and just the products were not doing me any good. I was like, please bring out something that was fuel for during the workouts, like during my bikes and during my runs. Like I think during the bike, I might still stick with our bars just for some solids. But when I do my first marathon in 10 years, you better believe that fuel is on me. So I'm excited.
Thank you. And, speaking of that, I was kind of thinking, well, this is for athletes, and I'm not an athlete, but I want to try it. And I listened to Susan talk about some of these products and how beneficial they are to anyone, really, even in a non-athletic way. So, for example, she said amped fuel, because of the carbs and everything, instead of going for a muffin or a coffee in the afternoon when you're getting that kind of lull in your energy, just grab one of those and have it. The amped recovery, she said she would recommend people use daily because the L-carnitine, and I was taking notes, you know how fast Susan talks, so you might correct me on this if I got it right or confirm it, that L-carnitine is really important to fat burning. Is that right, Jody? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the ROX one is just great for delivering oxygen to your muscles. So, even if I'm doing my little whatever rowing workout, even though I'm not doing a marathon or training like Jody trains, she's saying we can all benefit from these products. So I'm really excited to start inputting that. And I've been reading a lot recently about the incredible health benefits of beets. So that's all in there. And she also said, and this may have been announced at New Year's Kickoff, if you order the pack in your ISA Order app, they're offering free shipping in the ISA Order app. So
until the 24th.
Okay, great. All right, who's next to share their gratitude?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I have so many gratitudes from the weekend with NYKO and stuff, but a lot of them are probably already been said, and it didn't, since my flight got canceled at the beginning and I missed the team dinner. I was so upset by that, so bummed, especially because wanting to see everyone and connect with everyone, number one, but secondly, that those people, those are the kids I used to work with. Like, that's right up my alley, and I was so disappointed, but I knew that there was a reason for it, and really embraced just being flexible and getting the most of it anyway. And it was wonderful. But what I'm specifically grateful for today is I got to spend a couple of extra days and stay after with my mom and dad. And my dad just got out of the hospital after having, he had heart surgery after, it turned out he did have like a TIA. I guess it's a mini stroke or something. But I got to go to the rehab session with him and get to really talk to his people and see what he's going, what he's doing, and kind of help facilitate them just, making some charts and writing things down. And the very, very best thing was that he was open to us pulling out all the Isagenix products that they have in the house out of the cupboards. And we just set them all out on the table. And I just went through one by one, prioritizing, like, based on what you're going through right now, this is how the ionics will make such a difference for you. And then the brain support and we're going to get the NOx for him too, because that's one of the things he needs. That was one of his big problems, was oxygen in his blood. And so anyway, he's totally on board now, and he's going to start taking the shakes and doing things again just a little more faithfully. And I discovered that one of the reasons he and my mom both haven't been able to sleep at night. Well, it turns out they've been taking their Product B and their Aegis Essentials right when they go to bed, like with their bedtime medicine. And they're like wide awake. And I saw them doing that and I'm like, oh my gosh, you can't take that at bedtime. So anyway, we're figuring some things out for them. And I'm just super excited on a personal level for my parents.
Yay. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you. And no, it's not beer, it's kombucha, if anybody's wondering what's beer on the call. All right, let's get a couple more gratitudes so we can get into it.
I'll go, Lauren. Hi.
All right.
I just have some personal gratitudes. I have had a nice weekend having 2 date nights with my husband and a full ski day and some awesome powder without children. And tonight I went to my first hot yoga class in several years. So felt amazing. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, who's next?
I'll go, Stephanie.
Okay. Who said I'll go?
I'll go if nobody else is ready right now.
You're hard to hear, but go, Pia.
Okay, I didn't make it to the celebration, but I was grateful that for all the work that I've done in promoting isogenic lifestyle. I enrolled 2 girls within an hour of each other a couple weeks ago. And when I got off the phone with the second one, I was like, okay, who else is next? Who else is next? And it just gave me a boost to get back on the follow-up. So I'm grateful that the work that I've been taught to do, how to, post on Facebook, how to set a good example of the product. It came through because these 2 girls, that was a result of them signing up. So I was grateful for learning what I've learned so far.
Awesome. Thank you. And you know what, sometimes, thanks, Pia, sometimes it feels like we're doing all this stuff and is anybody really watching? Is anybody really paying attention? And believe me, people really, truly are. And I sort of had, I guess, a weird example of it, but when I posted about my dad passing, it was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments. So just know people are seeing what you're doing on Facebook. They may not say anything, they may not click anything, but they're watching. And consistency is key. And you've been so consistent. And I think everybody, or just about everybody on this call, is very consistent with that now. And it pays off in just times you won't even expect. You guys know I don't really post anything isogenics on Facebook, but somebody messaged me and said, hey, are you still doing isogenics? Yes, I am, in fact. So they're watching. All right. Well, I was not at New Year's kickoff, so I don't have a notebook full of stuff other than what was broadcast on the live feed, and some of it I didn't even catch because the connections weren't great. So I would love to hear from Gina and Chelsea and Jody and Jamie what are you most excited about from the announcements? And then I also want to talk about Crystal Reset and who's committed to what on that, because I think this is I have never seen the company do anything like what they've done this time. This is the first time I get to play in the Crystal Reset because I've already reached executive. So I'm pretty excited. So Gina, do you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go first.
Thank you.
Wow, I don't even know where to start. I'm just so excited. There were just so many takeaways. I'm really, really, really super pumped about the new products. Not an Ironman like our wonderful Jody is, but the stats on the new nutrients are outstanding. For example, I just want to touch upon the NOx. The top 5 ingredients are celery, beet juice, arugula, chard, and red spinach. Whoever thought of any of this stuff? And it's supposed to work amazing. spikes nitric oxide production. I don't know. There was a beautiful, some beautiful pieces with, oh my goodness, Susan Sly that really touched our heart. It really got to the bottom of, what's holding us back from talking to that next person or moving us forward in our life. And she just shined it in such a way that really gave some movement to so many people in the room on a very personal basis. So yeah. So I think I think possibly Jen and Meg hasn't gone to one of our events. I think that's the only people, I think, and Steve, I don't think, but they're not just about product. Our company is so much on self-development, and that's the way to building ourselves up in our own personal life, and all the education that they can pour into us. We know we've got great, amazing products, but from a self-development perspective is, how do we move ourselves forward in so many areas of our life? And that's where, Rod Harrison spoke, and it was just dynamic all the way around. Very exhausting. Yeah, it didn't really help to go on 4 hours late because we would stay up chatting for a little bit longer. So well worth it because we gelled, and it was a real amazing. We found so many common strengths in each of us. So it was really wonderful. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. And could you talk a little bit more about that Susan Sly wrap up? Because that was powerful. I know she had her pointy shoes on and went all out, but she talked something about declaration sheets, and I think that part got cut out. So is there anything you could share about that?
Yeah. So the declaration sheet basically was that we had to declare, where we would like to be in, what will change in my life if I make certain moves in my life. And she had us write it down. She said, post it. You can just see this, post it to your bathroom. And it was really interesting because she talked about being a champion. She talked about being a winner in all areas of our life, how we're to stay positive and basically to have a really can-do attitude. And that anything that we put our minds to it, we can dream and we can make possible. And that is a real mind game in making where we want to go more visible in our mind's eye. And she said, nothing needs to stop you. There are different areas in your life that you need to move forward in, and you lack relationship, and where do you fear, and what stops you, and the judgment, and just all that ugly noise that really doesn't serve any purpose and stands in our way so often from in different areas of our life. It just needs to stop. It just needs to stop because again, if we had a friend speak to us in the tone that we speak to ourselves, we would probably say to our friend, you know what, see ya. But we don't. We accept it from ourselves. So that needs to stop. And that's what I got from it. She was dynamic. Loved it.
Thank you. So if those of you who were there, if you would be open to, taking a little picture of that declaration sheet and sharing it with us in the group, I'd love to do my own. That looked like a super powerful piece. And I am fully intending that they're going to release that as a video, because I think we all need to see that, and probably more than once. So thank you. All right, who of the attendees is willing to go next?
I will.
All right, Amy.
Everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, if I may, since we just talked about Susan Sly, may I go ahead and read that brief declaration that she had us repeat several times?
Please, that was the one to Eminem.
So, and I have this next to my bathroom mirror, and I read it to myself every morning and every night, because I said, it's so interesting how the universe works. Gina and I just want to throw this out there. We were so meant to listen to Susan because our flight was scheduled at a time where, had we left on time, we would have missed that last part. and our flight was delayed. And I remember saying to Gina, there is a reason why our flight is delayed. And after Susan's presentation, we looked at each other and we said, this is why we're here. Because what we learned from her was a part of us changing our blueprint. And so the declaration that she had us recite to a very powerful song, it was so powerful. I mean, imagine 6,000 people saying the same thing at the same time. Like, the energy was through the roof. And she had us say, I am a champion. I am a winner. I can be, do, and have anything I dream. This is done. Nothing will stop me. Game on.
Okay, I'm going to post it in the group.
Yeah. Please
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Were you able to watch that whole segment, Lauren?
That's the only one I missed, and I could not get, no. So I'm hoping that they replay it. I watched all the others, but I did not see that one.
It was glitchy, and then it cut out entirely. So, and isn't that interesting too, Gina? I remember when you told me when your flight was, and I said, you can't leave before the end of an event because the thing you need the most might be at the end of the event. Oh, I just got goosebumps.
It was.
I remember looking at Jamie next to me. I'm like, oh, this is why we're staying. And I got chills from head to toe. And I'm like, wow. I thought, because our flight did not, we were supposed to leave at 8:50. We didn't leave till 11 o'clock. I didn't get home till 4 o'clock in the morning. I thought, oh my dear God. But that's why. I know it sounds crazy, but
But
you that's the reason why we're there.
Lesson learned. I always tell people never leave before the event is completely done.
Yeah.
Some of the most powerful stuff happens at the end.
Yeah.
So thank you, universe, that you allowed that to happen.
And may I ask?
Anything else you wanted to say, Jamie, about?
Yes, I took a lot of great notes. And one of other thing that stands out to me that I want to share with everyone that Susan told us was that we are born with the fear of falling and loud noises. Every other fear has been learned.
Yeah.
And she said, with clarity and certainty, there can be no overwhelm. Willing to be bad enough, long enough to be good. In the face of challenge, you either give up or get better. If you don't create results, you're playing. It was so powerful. It really was. And I so understand now the importance of these events because, for example, Connie, our new girl who's on our team, I could have never given her what she experienced. The experience that she had, I mean, I can only say it so much in words. Like, you have to physically be there to feel the energy, to feel the unity. I'm so excited for celebration. I can't wait.
And you know what? That I think that's something else that we talk about a lot on our CEO calls, and how do we get people to events? And I think just sending them a link or a note or tagging them on a post about celebration isn't the way to do it. It truly is having to either sit across from them if you're able to, or do a FaceTime call or something so they can see your excitement about it. And just saying, just trust me, you have to be there. You have to be there. And look at the people that took a leap of faith like that at the last minute and never think that it's too late to invite someone. People come at the very last minute when they're able to.
Can I add really quickly to that Isagenix has pretty much done everything they can to get us to events, especially if you know what's coming at Celebration. First of all, the tickets for Celebration are $75 cheaper than New Year's Kickoff. It's going to be our biggest event. We're having an after party with a private concert by Maroon 5. I mean, who does that? Steph, can I announce the one I was really excited to tell you about today as well?
Absolutely.
Okay. And if you're a manager or above, a free 6-hour training with like the guru, Eric Worre. Like you have to go. You have to come. I mean, it's Eric Worre, Maroon 5 and Isagenix. I mean, we could all just die and go to heaven at that point. I don't know. But it's like, It's going to be good. And I think part of what really bonded us is we experienced it together and grew together, and it was powerful for 6 of us. So imagine if we get like a team of 100 and we're all there together, experiencing it together, growing together. Look at how amped up I am. Multiply that by 100. You come out of there bulletproof. I'm sure all 6 of us have been talking to a ton of people a day, and no one can tell you, like, no one can bring you down. So it really is a no-brainer.
Well, at this point, this team has 42 people registered for celebration. Let's get that to 100. Think about if everybody on this call just had 5 people come. So awesome. Anything else that you guys are excited about announcement-wise?
The new app. So there is a new ISA Tools app that can be bought through Sound Concepts. It was a part of a deal, like if you buy the Have It All, or no, what's it called? I can't remember.
There's the launch party kit.
Yeah.
If you buy 2 launch party kits or 2 Start Your Life magazine packs, and it's still running right now. If you buy 2, then you get the app for free.
And the app costs $49. So what it is that you bring up on your phone a video that you want to show somebody right then and there. Alternatively, you can text or message or send this video to somebody, and when they view it, it comes back to you saying they have viewed it now. And then if they forward it to people, it says that so-and-so also viewed it. So it's pretty powerful.
I've seen some rave reviews about that one, so I'm excited to get that app as well.
And I didn't know about the ISA order app. I don't know how, but anyways, I downloaded it right away.
It was posted a few times.
Shows how much yeah.
That's all right. You have it now. That's awesome. It's so easy, isn't it?
Very, very easy to change your auto ship. And, I was so excited I had to get those products, and I paid an arm and a leg. I'm such an idiot, but whatever. Everything was in US dollars. And let me tell you guys, like, I get it that the dollar sucks for Canadians. But you know what? We hunkered down. We 6 of us, luckily, obviously the universe is conspiring in our favor because I got that executive suite upgrade for free. So I was able to have the 6 of us in the room. Chris and his ladies.
Kara.
As well. Some people would shower at night, some would shower in the morning. It worked out. We had a dance party, disco party.
You guys are going to be on stage someday sharing that story, as have other leaders who had to hunker down and share and sleep on floors and whatnot. So awesome.
And even with the US dollar, they gave anyone who came free shipping. So like Chris and I ordered today, so it's in US, it's in Canadian dollars instead. It's 2 days shipping, and they're shipping to us for free. So it's as if we bought it there, but in Canadian dollars. And yeah, you have to wait 2 days, but really we could have ordered on Saturday. It would have been waiting for us when we got back Monday. We just didn't. There's just so much going on. So yeah, Jody, were you done or?
Yep.
Okay. I also wanted to add on with the crystal, or no, not even with the crystal reset, just they added more money to the compensation plan in general. So the first time you go 5-star, I think is it $250 you get?
The first time you cycle 5 times.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, the first time you cycle 5 times, you get 200 and was it 250?
Yes.
500. I thought it was 500.
$250 US, and then it's I think 255 or.
And then it's 250 again when you hit it your second time. I thought, but maybe it's 500. It wouldn't surprise me if it was. And now, so before, to hit any of the star bonuses, the 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, you had to be executive. And that's the difference between silver and golden as well. And now to hit the 1-star, you have to be manager or above to get that bonus instead of executive. For 2-star, it's director or above for the bonus. And then after that, it's executive. But they're making it even easier to get the money. And then with the crystal reset, or possibly just forever, I'm not really sure on that one, but they've added an extra 30 days to the deadline for each one. So manager is 60 days instead of 30. So when people really want to just see if it works or not first, it's not as big pressure to get to manager. You still want them to have the 2 people to help hold them accountable, but it makes it even easier. So it was, yeah. I have lots of notes. I just don't want to take over, but I bawled through Susan's slides. It was just, and she even cried at the end. I mean, because the gratitude pouring towards her, it was just really, it was so powerful.
So hold on, I just want to, I don't want to zip through everything too quickly. That's great stuff, and I'm really glad you covered that. So how many people on this call, raise your hand, have not cycled 5 times yet in 1 week? Okay, Jamie, yeah. Wait, did Gina, did you raise your hand? No.
I have in the past, sorry.
Okay, and Pia, have you? No. Okay, so look at how many people on this call are eligible for that $250 and that $250 again, so really 500. That's phenomenal. And I would encourage everyone to definitely go for that 5-cycle bonus that you qualify for. And then how many people here, well then, so everybody who put their hand up for that hasn't gone 1-star or anything either yet. So you guys have all of those bonuses ahead of you. How many people on this call have any of the rank advancements available in Crystal Executive ahead? Like everybody has something they can still go for, right? Mm-hmm. So Paul and Jennifer, you guys are consultants, so you have all of them ahead of you other than consultant. So that's fantastic. Now, do you guys know that in the Crystal Reset, this does not count for executive, but all the other levels, reactivating consultants counts. Yeah. We have to get all new ones, the executives, but reactivating consultants counts for all of that. So that's amazing as well, because you're really, anybody who's, maybe dropped off one associate or knows about going consultant. So that's really, really fantastic news. So I would love to, anybody who wants to schedule a private call to kind of map it out and what you're going for and how close you are and what your deadlines are. Does everyone know the dates? Everybody's nodding, I think. Does anybody not know the dates? Okay, so I'll just go over them really quickly. So the deadline for Crystal Manager is March 15th, which is a Wednesday. I would encourage you to bump that deadline for yourself back a bit to, they say, March 13th, which is a Sunday. And since our week ends Sunday, May 14th is the Crystal Manager is March 15th, Crystal Director is May 14th, and Crystal Executive is July 13th. But I would encourage you to bump those back to the Sunday before those deadlines, since that's our week ending. And I know that there are people on this call right now and other people on our team who have gone for other resets and not made them, or made them. Honestly, you guys, there's now, with the extension of time and everything, there is no reason that every single person on this call can't get every single penny from the extra bonuses and the resets and all of that and the rank advancements. So if anybody needs help on mapping it out or making a plan or a daily plan of action. Reach out to us, reach out to me, Gina, James, whoever, Lauren. We can strategize on that, on how to get it done, because it's more doable than it's ever been now. So I'm redoing my executive. You guys also know that it can be on any leg, etc. Does anyone have any questions on this particular crystal reset or the new rank advancement bonuses?
What do you mean by any leg? It can be on any leg.
Okay, so if you're going manager, they can be on one leg. If you're going director, they can all be on one leg. And in fact, if, like for me, I'm executive, and if I had a leg that was way stronger or stored volume, I could put all my new consultants on one leg. That's not the case for me, but I could.
So for executive, it's not 5 and 5, or is that still 5 and 5?
I'm already an executive, a paid executive, so my next 10 could theoretically be all on one leg.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're going executive for the first time, you do have to have 5 and 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Just so Stephanie, that would count for me as well. Like for if you've already been executive, you still have to have at least 5 on one side, but you could have the remainder of them on the other.
Yes. So in your instance, yes, you could do 5 there and then 15.
Wow. Are you positive about that?
Okay. Maybe I'm not understanding your question.
Like you're positive that it's like you don't, when you redo executive the second time, like Susan Slice says every year she gets to executive again, like she enrolls 10 new consultants.
Yeah.
She doesn't put 5 on one side and 5 on the other necessarily.
She probably does because she's rebuilding re-entries. What I'm saying is if someone who's a paid as executive currently, so I have 5 and 5.
Right.
I could put them anywhere, but you have 5 and 5. And then my next 10 could go anywhere.
Okay. Got it.
So if you have, say you have 4, then you'd have to do your next 6 to be 5 and 5. But then if you're going on to go executive again, then they can go all on in your case, your left.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions or clarifications?
No, I'd like to book my appointment, please.
Yep.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Email me, Miss. All right. So that was great. What else you have, Chelsea?
I have a really good, I'm hoping you guys can see this. There's lots of pictures of all the 6-figure income earners and stuff on stage, but can you see how small this print is?
Okay, I think it's upside down, and it's very small. What are we looking at?
Those are all of our 6-figure income earners, you guys. Like, that's how easy, like, we can all do this. We can all be there's no reason why we can't be 6-figure income earners. This isn't one of those companies where there's only 10 at the top. We can all be at the top, and I just found this a really inspirational visual just because I mean, we were trying to count. We kept losing track, but there's got to be close to 1,000, and that's not the 7-figure income earners yearly. Like, if that's your goal, you can do it. They've made it so easy for us, but you have to do the work. You have to be willing to do the work, but it feels easy because we're passionate about it. It's so just. Yeah, and for Susan Sly's thing, just extra motivation to watch her video. What I really liked about one of the things she said was, I'm not here to inspire you. I'm here to teach you to inspire yourself so that when it gets hard, you know how to pick yourself back up and to keep moving forward. You don't always have to find it somewhere else. It's within you. And she taught us a bit with, what's it called, neuro-linguistic programming, which I really want to look into more. And I have no problem talking to people, kind of trying to teach what we went over, but it'd probably be better even if we could just find a class or something. But that sounds really interesting. And then the science, oh my God, the science behind all of our products, everything that's in our products. We're the only network marketing company that does third-party product testing, which I honestly just assumed other companies did that, but that was silly. And they've actually rejected, Jody was saying, I learned this last night, because I did miss some of the science talks, but they were saying that they, like, because of the quality control and how high it is, they'll give us products that we will turn away because they don't meet our standards, and they go back out on the market for other companies to use. So there are, we really do have no compromise, and other companies really do have compromise. They test the facilities where it's made, which made sense to me because I've talked to a few athletes, and they've said they especially when they are Olympic level or pro, a lot of them sometimes fail drug tests, and it's because of the facilities where the products are made. And that's why it's really hard to get elite athletes, and probably why it's a bit easier for Isogenics once we're able to educate them about the third-party testing, because it's so impressive. John Anderson is building another I'm just losing words. I'm so excited. Facility next to our new world headquarters to do even more experimenting, for even more scientific research, and it's so high level that you're not actually allowed to have it in the same areas where you're testing for food. So it's that, like, it, we're getting back into like the DNA and stuff. So there's lots to come. And God, I could go on and on about the science. Our bone and joint pills has been able to show that the cartilage, as long as there's cartilage there and you take it properly over time, like a year, it will regrow itself. And they were able to show this with like MRIs and stuff. And the doctor's saying this, like, this is compliant. Which, like, we really do have the Rolls Royce of products, and it goes beyond just the food, the supplements, the vitamins, everything. There's no reason not to be using all of them versus drugstore, where studies have shown a lot of them don't have what's on the label. That's why we have the third-party testing to prove that what we say is what we have. And yeah, sorry, it was really neat to hear it. I mean, we already have faith in the program, but then they just keep reinforcing it. Mm-hmm. So
I just remembered another thing that they talked about too, is that we had to turn off all our phones and there was no pictures or video taking. They're doing a performance study. Right, they're in the middle of it right now, just like they did with that other study. They're testing athletes to see their performance, and like, we're talking like, it was like 40% more push-ups were coming out of women, and it was crazy. Like, the results, like, just jaw-dropping, like even more so than the weight loss study that they did. So that's huge. But again, we had to turn everything off. We weren't allowed to really record any of that. They actually went up and they were like, everybody turn these off. So, but that's coming. So that's exciting.
Yeah, they talked about that. They shared some of that at Top Achievers. It was, like you said, jaw-dropping, mind-boggling. Awesome.
I don't know if y'all talked about this yet or not. This is something brand new I learned about the international sponsorship. I let my international sponsorship run out a couple of years back, and I haven't had it in a while. And I went and signed up for it and got it this time. And I found out that if you have people below you that have enrolled someone internationally, if you don't have your international sponsorship, you're not getting any of that volume. Yeah. And I don't know if everyone else knew that or not, but I didn't. And so I was like, oh, that's like really good to know. So if everyone already knew it, sorry for the reminder. But if not, go get it.
That's right.
Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, that's why Steph told me to get it when Karen started. So
yeah. Yeah.
They also did say that they are going to be releasing more vegan shakes soon, even in the start group after New Year's kickoff. Obviously, they want them to taste the best and be the best, and it almost sounded like they were hoping to release it at New Year's kickoff, and they just couldn't. But they're not going to be waiting till the next event to do it. So Top Achievers is in March. So between now and March, we should be getting a few more vegan options as well, which will be nice. There was just so many.
I want to just mention something. Do you guys remember, and I don't remember who was, Laura Stevens, that, she's had such massive success also, but that she had an Etsy store. She used to sell on eBay. She used to do all that stuff. Yeah. So that was one of my action items, to learn about how do I connect with people who have Etsy stores, because clearly those people are entrepreneurial and driven and want something more out of life. So that was one of my things to look at, is how to do that and connect with, eBay sellers or people like that, because certainly those would be great people for us to with. I'd love to do some work around this next time, you guys, that what drives you and what drives your team, which is from the 90-day game plan, I think. And what we want as a team to accomplish in the next 90 days, if you guys could start thinking about that, because every one of us singly is contributing to the whole of this team. So what do we want that to look like in the next 90 days? Let's see.
So in that sheet that you want us to post with our intentions that Susan Sly did, it actually has us write our goals for the 90-day game plan as well. How many people we're going to talk to, how many people we want to enroll, consultant, help. So I'm still nervous to publicly share all of my goals, because it's intimidating, but I have no problem writing it out just so people can see it until they release it, although I'm sure they're going to release it when they start doing the 90-day game plan. But that might, just for guidelines or guidance. Or maybe when you download the 90-day game plan online, it might even have it there too.
Right. Well, I'll tell you something. If you're scared to post your goals publicly, think about this. You're blocking that energy with the universe.
I know. I'm going to talk to you and do my guideline, my map, and I think then I'll be a bit more comfortable with it. Because I have it on my mirror. I do the intentions, but it's one thing for like me and Chris and the people, and then like putting it on Facebook. Yeah. So it's a fear of failure, which we all have, and I got to get over. But I think once I figure out my blueprint with you, I'll be more comfortable with it.
All right. Are you guys okay with going a few minutes over? Because that's something else I wanted to share with you. So just a few of my notes too, from Tanya Kirkpatrick, with I love some of the languaging. I work with people just like you. Mm-hmm. I love that. I don't know if you saw that. I work with people just like you. I work with moms just like you, or I work with athletes just like you. That was very powerful. And I think that's also some strong NLP language. I love to help families. I love helping ease people's financial pain. I just thought some of that was really powerful language. And just being a tour guide through Isagenix Business, I thought that was brilliant, because I think Isagenix Business can be very overwhelming. But saying to someone, okay, go to this website, take them there, and then say, now click on step 1 or start here. And go through those steps, and then when do you want to connect? Again, in 2 days, 3 days, whatever. So it's not so overwhelming. So you're giving people really little bite-sized pieces and not overwhelming them with, a million podcasts and different webinars, etc. Isabody, Costa Rica, I like enter everybody. Let's get some of our team members winning Isabody and placing in Isabody. So the gratitudes for Isagenix, that was beautiful when Susan did that. I think that was her piece, right? Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to share with you guys, I'm also part of something now with Peta Kelly, her new project. And today she had a special call with Lisa Nichols, which was, do you guys know who Lisa Nichols is from The Secret? Love her. And I'm just going to just give you little snippets of notes that I took because it was fast and furious. I think she just channels brilliance and it just comes out. So one of the things she talks about was abundance, and PETA asked her, what do you consider abundance, or how would you define abundance? And I think this ties in so well with what we're all about and what we're doing. And she said abundance is a constant state of overflow. And she wasn't talking about, she said a lot of people consider wealth to be abundance, and abundance is something very different. She said abundance, an overflow in your health, an overflow in your spirituality, an overflow in your relationships. And of course it can be an overflow in finances, but she said abundance is a 360 kind of deal. It's not just one area of your life. She talked about the myths of abundance, that abundance is only for some, but it's really for everyone. So abundance, for example, in your health is so important because your body can help. Your body needs to be able to keep up with your vision and your mission in life. And if your body can't keep up with that, then you're missing out. So when she talked about financial abundance, I love this. Money is a team member purely. It's a tool that allows you to access greater freedom and greater memories. She said that's all money will do, is let you access greater freedom and greater memories. And I really like that. She said abundance is not something we have to go get. It's just something you expand into. Action is the prescription for everything you want. And she said the biggest shift you can make in your life is to show up as non-negotiable. Whatever you're going for is just a non-negotiable. And in 1995, she was on public assistance, couldn't even buy diapers for her toddler. And now she's living this hugely abundant life as a CEO of a public company. And she just said, I'd rather live crazy big than ordinary small.
Stephanie, say the action one. What did you say was the prescription?
Action is the prescription to get everything you want.
Okay.
She said one of the things she really had to learn is to ask for help, and ask for help for someone who's 5 to 10 steps ahead of you. I love this one. Success leaves clues all over the place. Pick them up. She talked about leaving a legacy that's bigger than your whole lifespan. Abundant thinkers average thinkers focus on macro wins. Abundant thinkers focus on micro wins because macro wins are made up of micro wins. Abundant thinkers don't spend their dollar time on penny tasks. I love that. She said, stay in your lane. Focus on what you're good at. Abundant thinkers stay in action, and they have buy-when delivery dates. And in fact, when she sets a buy-when date, she puts a time on it. So she'll say March 13th at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Ambiguous goals produce ambiguous results. Whatever you're doing in whatever area of growth you're focusing on, bring your team along, because you'll either grow with your tribe or you'll outgrow your tribe. And I love this. And this is a great piece for conversations we have with people. My job is to give you options, and your job is to choose, and to not get attached to the options that people choose. And if other people don't get your vision, it's okay. It's because they weren't given that same vision. And her grandmother used to say, and I love this, she had a brilliant grandmother, your conviction and convenience do not live on the same block. So those are the little tidbits from Lisa Nichols today.
Would you post those, Stephanie?
Sorry?
I tried to write down as many as I could, but there was no way. So would you be willing to post those in the TF group?
I can.
Thank you.
I would be willing. All right, I'd love some takeaways, and especially I'd love to hear from people who haven't spoken yet tonight. Hint, hint.
I'll go, Stephanie.
All right, hey, Paul.
Hey, Stephanie. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I just want to say, just going to Chelsea, your energy is infectious. I also wanted to say, I mean, even though I couldn't be there in Dallas, I mean, I watched Susan Sly as well, and even through the computer, it was unreal. I totally agree with Jamie and everybody. It was an unbelievable presentation by her. She really just nailed it. And I'm just so grateful for this company. I learned so much about just the gratitudes and be your own tour guide, Emily, and is it Hayden? Different takeaways. Was another one that was my takeaways. Just the idea that this company is thought of so highly beyond the walls of this great company. People talk about, oh, well, you're the company that had integrity. So that was my takeaway.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wow.
So
James unmuted.
yes, so yeah, even though it says Stephanie, today it won't let me get rid of that anyway. So you get two Stephanies that look very different.
What happened to me in Prague, for heaven's sakes?
Must have been a rough trip. Anyway, two takeaways. One, just how amazing this company is, and I really feel like they're just getting started. It's taken them this long to sort of get into the swing and to figure things out and to just really figure out what it takes to motivate each individual to be their very best. And it's pretty hard not to applaud that. But the biggest takeaway tonight is this is our team. It's so good to have everybody back. Thank you, Stephanie, for hosting, even though you just got back from probably a brutal trip yesterday. And I just think we're an amazing team nestled within an amazing company. So how could we fail? It's not possible. So this is going to be an amazing year, 2016. And thank you all for being on the call. And all your shares from NYKO were very inspiring, and so has the call been tonight. So I'm just grateful for each and every one that's on this call, and the team that even isn't on this call, because we're going places this year.
Yes.
I have to say, I have one last thing to say. Sorry. I just got inspired. I'm sorry. I had to say this because I just got moved to say this. I'm so excited that this is the year that I'm finally going to deliver the iPads that I've wanted to deliver to the pediatric oncology unit at our hospital. So I'm very touched. Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. So everybody who rank advances during this crystal reset, qualifying for any of the crystal rank advancements on our team. So let me rephrase this. If you qualify for any of the crystal reset rank advancements as per the company, you're going to be put into a drawing, and I'll be giving away an Apple TV at the end of that.
Yeah. Cool.
So who's getting that?
Yeah.
Steve.
And Apple TV is pretty awesome as well. And it's also, as you rank advance with the crystal reset, you will get Maroon 5 tickets. You can get free tickets and also free tickets in reserved sections and coupons towards the concert.
I would like to say thank you in advance. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
One thing I forgot to mention was product-wise. I don't know if you guys heard, but Replenish is going to be called Amped Hydrate pretty soon. Whenever they get rid of the Replenish, like the inventory, it's going to be the same. It's just they're renaming it because people were not taking it. They were thinking it was like an after recovery type drink, so they wanted to make it more part of the line. So
I love that, and so we'll have to make sure we educate. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Educate the team about that as it happens.
Stephanie.
Double bless you.
Stephanie, there's one more thing. Did y'all talk at all about that new group that they're starting for the 57 to 77-year-olds? Like, Patty, just real quick, if anyone's interested, if you have a group of, people that are, if they're in your niche that you're reaching out to, Patty Raphael is heading up this group. I guess they've been getting a lot of feedback from people in that age group that they're feeling missed, out on, and with all the focus on the start and the Ice a Body Challenge, a lot of the winners, you know, being all fitness buffed out and stuff. And so she's kind of starting a grassroots community within Isogenics that can really cater towards those people and then also help reach more people to bring them into Isogenics through that. And so you can go to Patty Raphael's Facebook group and friend her if you're not friends with her. And then she has a survey on there if that's something that resonates with you and you want to get involved with.
Yeah, we actually, we had dinner with her about that. I didn't know it was that advanced now that she's doing a survey, but that would be great, James, for sure. Reach out to her. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Penny. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. That was exciting. As we get back into our calls, I'm looking forward to seeing more of our team members on here next week. So spread the word. Keep spreading the word. And VIPs looks like it's doing great. I'm very excited to get back in there and start contributing a little more and get reconnected to everything a little more. So good to be back. I don't want to let you guys go, but I will. And Al's been here too. He didn't get to say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Hi, Al.
He's the one feeding me chocolates and kombucha and taking good care of me.
Stephanie,
I just wanted to say one thing.
any news on Joe? How's he doing and everything like that?
He's doing better. We're gonna actually go see him tomorrow again. But yeah, I might, if he's up to it, I'll record a little video that I'll post. And you know, if we go and anyone's available to jump on a Zoom to say hi, but I'll post something too once we know the time. So, sorry, I wanted to say something. Thank you guys for asking.
Well, I just wanted to mention that we really missed being with you guys at NYKO, and I wanted to say thanks for picking it up and everybody, you know, being there and taking care of each other. And I think Chris took over my spot. with all the lovely ladies.
He had his own harem. Sorry, Al.
You could have gone.
We are going to register for celebration on Friday.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Tickets are bought and it's done. Deal.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Done.
Plus it's Vegas. You can't beat Vegas.
Yeah. I think we'll do something too for everyone who gets to executive. I've been looking into some things, maybe one of those zip line things through Vegas or something fun like that too. So,
ooh, zip lining
incentive. If all the money's not enough incentive.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Love seeing all
Bye.
of you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.